You know the rules. Robots paint, you guessed. I give some clues along the way that sometimes are helpful, sometimes not so much. This is going to be the top 20 game shows of all time. So some of these go back pretty far. This is a U.S. audience for the most part. Sorry, Stuart. But, it'll probably be available worldwide, a lot of these. Now, I will help you out with the dates a little bit. This is 1978 when this started, and a lot of these have had restarts, and so they are still showing this game show today. This game revolves around guessing if the next card is higher or lower. Contestants bet on how a surveyed audience answered tricky questions. It has multiple revivals since its original 1978 debut. The title refers to people who gamble on cards, but in a family-friendly way. Doctor has it. Doctor has it. Doctor has the answer. You are correct. So, now, some of these might have the name of the show in the picture, but since the robots are such crappy painters, I figured be okay. That's correct. Card Sharks is the correct answer. Card Sharks. Contestants who correctly predicted all of the cards in a row were known as card-turning champions. There you go. Number 19. These will get easier, hopefully. A game show famous for its unpredicted cartoon mascot. Unpredictable cartoon mascot. I don't think I've ever seen this one, so good luck. Contestants compete for cash and prizes, but most avoid a bad spin. The phrase "big bucks, no whammies" is shouted frequently. No whammies. The show was briefly canceled in the 80s, can't imagine why, but later made a comeback. Its mischievous whammy character steals contestants' winnings. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see, who had it first? Doctor? Doctor had it first? I think so. Knight! Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the game now. We are counting down the top 20 game shows of all time. Robots paint, you guys guess. Press Your Luck is indeed correct. 1983. A contestant once cracked the game's pattern and won over $100,000 before producers changed the system. Yeah, they would change the system. No whammies. Press your luck. You're correct. All right. Maybe you'll know this one. Number 18. A high-stakes game of chance with no trivia or puzzles involved. Contestants picked from 26 briefcases, each hiding a different cash amount. The banker calls with offers to buy out the contestant's case. Correct. Correct. You got that one, though, Knight. I think you were first on that one. You know these game shows. Howie McDowell became famous as the show's dramatic host. The final decision, take the offer or risk it all, by saying the show's title. I think I've caught bits and pieces of this over time. It says 2005 to present is the dates. Little trivia, Meghan Markle was one of the briefcase models before becoming royalty. Did you know that? Meghan Markle. How about that? Deal or No Deal is, of course, Deal or No Deal. There you go. You recognized Howie. I see. Meghan Markle. All right, we're down to number 17. Now, this is an old-time show. 1956. 3 contestants claim to be the same person, but only one is telling the truth. I kind of remember this, too. Rerun. A celebrity panel asks questions to determine who is real. The final reveal comes with the famous line, "Will the real blank still stand? Please stand up." It has been revived multiple times with modern hosts adding a comedic twist. The show has featured real-life figures from inventors to secret agents. Yes. Everybody's close. I don't see the absolute correct answer yet. Although you were very close, King. King's very close. Very close. The show was created by the same producers behind What's My Line. So it's not What's My Line. And I do see the name of the show up on the board. You were pretty good. There you go. Knight's got it correct. The exact correct name. To tell the truth. Now, I do remember Kitty Carlisle. Do you recognize Kitty Carlisle in there? I remember seeing this in reruns when I was a kid. I do. I think it was already in rerun. Or maybe I saw the original. I guess I'm pretty old. Never know. Okay, everybody's going to know this one. Take a tic-tac-toe game featuring celebrities in each square. Contestants win by agreeing or disagreeing with celebrity answers. The center square was often occupied by a fan favorite comic. Yeah, King kind of had the last one. Sometimes we're picky here on Quick Bite History Live. It blended comedy with trivia, making it entertaining even for non-players. Whoopi Goldberg and Paul Lynde were some of the most famous panelists. Yes, Doctor has this one. And Stuart's close. That might have been the British version. Might have been called Celebrity Squares. But over here in Hollywood, we call it Hollywood Squares. Who knows the year that this show first started? Anybody? The celebrities were often given joke answers to read before the real ones. That's right. They always gave a joke answer first, and then they read the real one. Anybody remember the year? Or anybody know the year? Pretty old. 1966. Oh, close. Doctor's always close. All right, here we go. Next game. A fast-paced trivia game where contestants must work as a team. Contestants vote out one player at the end of each round. The host is known for their cold, cutting remarks. I might have caught a little bit of this show. I'm not sure. Anybody know this one? Correct. King's on the board. The eliminated player hears the phrase, "You are the weakest link. Goodbye." The British version with Anne Robinson, and you had that. You had that too. Very good. The British version with Anne Robinson became a worldwide sensation. Correct. Very good. The weakest link started in the year 2000. The host's insults were a major draw, but some versions later softened the tone a bit. I don't know. I think I would like the one with the full bore insults. It's a game show. All right, well, good job. You guys do all the details on that. Weakest link. Very good. That was number 15. We're down to number 14. Now, this one I definitely remember watching. Contestants and celebrities team up to guess words based on description. I never liked that part of the game. Got it. Truth be told. The game board features a famous triangular structure. Climbing to the top means winning big money. Well, it might have started out as, is that the number now? No, let's see. It might have started out as a lesser pyramid. The robots are telling me it's a higher number pyramid now. The winner competes in a winner circle for grand prize. The title hints at the top cash prize and the shape of the game board. Doctor, you basically got it, Doctor. The robots are telling me it's called the $100,000 pyramid, but I don't think it started as the 100,000. I think back in the day it was 10 or 20. 1973 it started. The fastest time recorded for the final round was 26 seconds. The pyramid. No, you guys didn't see that? I remember that one. No, I don't remember the next one. So maybe this is a Euro one here. Contestants answer trivia questions to earn more time for a physical challenge. The final round involves racing through a store, grabbing expensive items. The highest grocery bill wins the game. Where does that ever happen? That sounds weird. The show had a major revival in 2020, hosted by Leslie Jones. I can imagine during COVID. Correct. You guys all got it. I think Baby King had it first. Stuart, you were right there too. Dr. Knight. Yeah, I think they brought it back during COVID. Nobody could go to the grocery store. Real grocery stores were too small, so the set had to be custom built. A custom built grocery. Yeah, autocorrect is part of the game here on Quick Find History Live. Robot speed dating. Having to listen to my poor pronunciation and having to deal with autocorrect is all part of the game. All right, you guys got that one. What did we finally say that was? Supermarket sweep. Supermarket sweep. Number 12. I think you can get this one. The picture's pretty good. A game of words, luck, and a giant spinning object. Contestants guess letters to fill in a phrase or a word puzzle. Buying a bell can be the difference between winning and losing. Correct. Knight has it. So I think the robot should have done a picture of Vanna White, though, right? Why the wheel? Why the wheel? Who was the main host of this show? I just mentioned Vanna White was the letter turning lady, but who was the host? Anybody know? The final spin determines how much money can be won. This started all the way back in 1975. No, not Alex Trebek. Not at all. Although Alex might have done a stint on it. I don't know that for sure. But somebody did it overwhelmingly the whole show. History, which is a long time, still going, I think. Mr. Pat Sajak. Pat Sajak. Does that sound familiar? Pat Sajak? The original version featured a shopping segment. Anyway. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. We all like that one. We all like this one too. Two families compete by guessing popular survey answers. The host asks, we surveyed 100 people before each round. The fast money round can make or break the team's winnings. Over the years, it has had famous hosts like Richard Dawson, I remember that, and Steve Harvey, of course, nowadays. Hilarious wrong answers have made the show a viral sensation. Correct. King, I think you beat Night Out just a little bit on that one. Good job. Family Feud, 1976 present. Richard Dawson. What was the other show that Richard Dawson was famous for? Comedy sketch show about World War II. Anybody remember that? What was that show that Richard Dawson was famous for before doing this game? Anybody know? Richard Dawson was known for kissing. That's right. Richard Dawson was known for kissing the female contestants on the cheek. A practice that later ended for obvious reasons. I don't know why. I mean, it would be okay to still kiss the lady on the cheek, wouldn't it? Yes, Hogan's Heroes is correct, Doctor. Of course. Very good. Hogan's Heroes is correct. He used to kiss all the ladies on the cheek. Funny. Number 10. A game show inspired by ancient myths. Now, this is a little bit of a change of direction and adventure stories. Kids competed in physical and mental challenges to collect treasures. The temple run was the final, most thrilling part of the game. Anybody know this one? If you're just waiting for the war movies, that's coming up next. So hang in there. We'll get there. Stuart. The host, Olmec, was a giant talking stone head. And yeah, I see the correct answer up there. Temple of something. Something with the temple. That's correct. I'll let you still try to correct that answer a little. Teams were named after animals like the silver snakes and the blue barracudas. Some obstacles were so difficult that only a few teams ever completed the final temple run. Monkey Temple, I like that too. Okay, well, you guys have the idea. It was called The Legends of the Hidden Temple. Legends of the Hidden Temple. I never saw it. Never saw it. Don't know what they're talking about. Whatever. Now let's stay with the kids for one more. Number 9. A kids game show known for messy physical challenges. Messy physical challenges. That's a key clue. Contestants could dare their opponents or take on an even riskier double dare. The famous obstacle course at the end featured giant props like human-sized nose. Correct, Doctor. Very good, Doctor. You watch it? Mark Summers hosted the original Nickelodeon version. Slime, thighs, and ridiculous stunts made it a fan favorite. So that's my only connection to it is I don't know what slime is, right? They dump the slime on your head. Correct. Correct, King. The Double Dare. Double Dare. It started in 1986. Way back. Way back when. You can see them. They're holding the cables there to dump the slime on you. Mark Summers has obsessive compulsive disorder. A little too much information. Which made hosting such a messy show ironic. I guess. Okay. Yes. That sounds ironic. All right. I don't know much about those kids. And actually, I don't know much about the next one either. But the robots seem to think this was a good game show. A high stakes trivia game where contestants face off against an expert. The expert is known as the chaser and rarely loses. Contestants must bank money by answering questions correctly. The final round is a head-to-head speed battle. Oh, the King knows this one. You ever played this one, the King? You been on the show? Has anybody been on a game show ever? Has anybody ever been on a TV show? Did anybody ever watch a live filming of a TV show? Lots of questions. The Beast was one of the most feared chasers in the show's history. Yeah, let me name the Beast. The original version started in the UK. There he is. Stuart's back in the house. He's just waiting for those war movies, man. But you are correct. The original version started in the UK before expanding worldwide. Yes, everybody's got the chase. Yes. Yeah, I think King had it first, probably. Dr. Stewart. The chase. I never saw it. I don't know. I'm not familiar. Not familiar. But the robots liked it. Number 7. I think everybody knows this one. A multiple choice trivia game with escalating prize money. Contestants have 3 lifelines to help answer tough questions. The show's dramatic pauses and music add tension. Yes, correct. King. The show's the ultimate goal, answering all 15 questions to win $1 million. Is that your final answer? Became an iconic catchphrase. I think I use that catchphrase on. Is that your final answer? King, is that your final answer? The biggest U.S. winner, a guy named John Carpenter, answered the final question without using a lifeline, except to call his dad and tell him he was about to win. Well, that was pretty cocky. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is the correct answer. That show started in 1998, and they're still filming it today. Almost every one of these, they're still filming today. Almost every one. I think Richard Dawson may have passed, but he's not allowed to kiss the contestants anymore. All right, next one. A comedic fill-in-the-blank game show with celebrity panelists. Well, most of them were like that. Contestants try to match their answers with the celebrities. The answers often led to hilarious or risque jokes. I'm going to let you guess the main host's name on this, too. I'm not going to give you that. It was one of the funniest game shows on TV. Yeah, you got it, Doctor. Yes. Anybody have any guesses when this started or the name of the host? It was the same host all the way through. Excuse me, I'm dealing with my allergies, so apologize. No, that's incorrect, Stuart. Doctor has it. Charles Nelson Riley was not the host, but you could see him up there in the right corner. And then actually Richard Dawson's on the panel in the bottom. But who's that host in the middle there? Anybody know? You might know that guy. I think you might. All right, I'll tell you. Gene Rayburn. That's not familiar at all. Gene Rayburn was the longtime host. Number 5. 5 more. Top 5. A game show where contestants guess the cost of everyday items. It features mini games like Plinko and Showcase Showdown. The big wheel spin determines who moves to the final round. All right, I'm going to make you have to guess the name of the host on this one, too. The phrase, "come on down," is legendary. A contestant once guessed the exact price of the final showcase, shocking the producers. Ooh, sounds a little fishy. Correct. King, I get it first. Doctor, correct. And who's the host? I'll give you a hint. He was also in the Adam Sandler golf movie, Happy Gilmore. Hilarious scene in Happy Gilmore. Yeah. The price is wrong, bitch. But who's the host? You remember the scene, though, right, Doctor? That's what he says in the scene, right? Hilarious. Bob Barker. Yeah. Yeah, he trashed Happy Gilmore. That's one of the funnier scenes in a movie. It really is. All right, so adults answer elementary school level trivia questions. They get help from real 5th grade students. Many adults realize they've forgotten basic school subjects. I'll let you guess the host on this one, too. Losing contestants had to admit, "I am not smarter than..." That's the key clue. Anybody remember this show? Hey, Aaron, what's up? You were correct. Bob Barker was on the last one. Anybody remember this? One contestant actually won the $1 million prize by correctly answering a 6th grade level question about U.S. history. Yeah. Oh, very close, Aaron. Very close. King, you're also close. I kind of gave the clues. Are you smarter than a... We're down to what grade? Are you smarter than a 5th grader? I know you guys had it, but not exactly. All right. Number 3. We're down to the top 3. A trivia game where contestants must respond in the form of a question. That sounds hard. The board features categories and increasing dollar values. The Daily Double allows players to risk their earnings on one question. Yes, correct, Doctor. The final round requires contestants to wager and write down their answers. And although the robot's image is not the guy who was the most famous host of this show, Alex Trebek became the legendary host, known for his calm and witty demeanor. But this was the original host, and I don't remember his name. I don't remember. If anybody remembers the original host's name, let me know. A fun fact: Ken Jennings holds the longest winning streak in Jeopardy's history, with 74 consecutive victory. Mr. Ken Jennings. That's not the guy on CNN, is it? That's Gotcha. Not kid you. Jeopardy is, of course, correct. Started all the way back in 1964. Reginald Denny. Now, there's a name from the past. Anybody else know who Reginald Denny is? I do. Does anybody else? Isn't he the guy that got pulled out of the semi to start the LA ride? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Number two. Number two. A mix of reality TV and strategy set in extreme outdoor conditions. Contestants form alliances but must eventually betray each other. King, you're so fast. You're so fast. I did get Reginald Denny. That was a pretty obscure reference. Throw some more of those out. The tribal council determines who gets voted off the island. 5 contestants win $1 million and the title of Sole Survivor. The phrase "the tribe has spoken" became famous for a while. People use it every day now, right? The tribe has spoken. Anyway, the show has been filmed in locations like Fiji, Samoa, and the Philippines. And you are correct, it is Survivor. Let's see, I do see King and Aaron both with the correct answer on the board. Started in the year 2000, all the way back in the year 2000. They're still doing it today. All right, here's number one with a bullet. How many, and I want to know how many of you have seen this. A wacky talent show where performers try to impress a panel of judges. Contestants risk getting gonged if their act is terrible. The show embraced bizarre and comedic performances. It was known for its wild and unpredictable chaotic energy. Correct, Stewart. Doctor. I guess Doctor had it just barely first, but all three of you guys were right together. Dr. Stewart King. You were all correct. Some contestants were so bad they became cult favorites instead of winners. I can see that. Who remembers the host? Who's this guy? Who's the picture of? Yeah, Aaron, you got it too. King. Who knows the name of the host? Anybody? He's also a producer. He's the one who created this show and the dating game, Newlywed Game. Yeah, Chuck somebody. Chuck Norris, right? Chuck Norris. Close enough. It sounds like rhymes with Norris. Chuck rhymes with Norris. Chuck Barris. Chuck Barris. Yeah, he was actually a producer and he wanted to host his own show, I guess. I don't know.